Good morning, everyone. I hope you all can hear me and see me. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Devinsa. I hope you can hear me and see me and hear me clearly.
Manoj, yes, I can hear you. I can see you. Just give me a minute. I'll just share my screen on my video and then we'll start.
Sure, sir. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning session. Today we have Mr. Devinsa with us. And apologies that last week we had to cancel the decoding derivative session due to some emergency. It was a medical emergency at Shivangi ma'am's end. But this week we have a session on candlesticks, so don't forget to join in at 4 p.m. on this Friday. The morning session obviously will focus more around stocks and feel free to drop your queries in the chat. अगर आपकी queries यहाँ पे answer नहीं हो रही हैं, feel free to drop them on Stockholm. We'll be happy to answer there. So, Devin, we are all set. Over to you. You can start the session. We can see your screen. We can clearly hear you, and we can see you as well.
Okay, sure. So we'll begin the session now. Recently, we have seen budget of India, and after that, the market is a bit volatile. Definitely, there are some global cues as well that we will discuss today. So this is the screen. I hope my screen is visible. Firstly. Yeah, okay, sure. So this is the chart of Nifty. We'll start with Nifty first. Today it is Sensex weekly expiry. But we'll start with Nifty. We'll look at the levels, at what levels Nifty can move, and what is the range for Nifty. After that, we'll cover Bank Nifty as well. We'll uh, watch which strikes to keep on radar for Sensex as well. So this is firstly Nifty, and currently it is trading at 23,500 levels. It is up by 140 points. So yesterday we have seen that there was a gap down opening on Nifty. After that, it traded a bit sideways in a range, but definitely it tried to close near its base high, which was a good sign. And after that, we have seen a good gap up opening today as well. So overall trend is a kind of a sideways in a broader range. So on the higher side, there is a resistance around 23,620 levels, which is close to its 200 exponential moving average. So on the high side, that is the resistance. The budget day high was similar to that particular level. So that gives an importance for Nifty, and that's why we need to watch if it sustains above 23,600 levels. Then only we can see a move. We can witness a move towards 23,800 levels, which is the further resistance for Nifty. So this is Nifty on the lower side. Definitely lower side, there is a support around 23,333. Nifty managed to close around that levels, above that levels yesterday. So that is the key important support on closing basis. On the lower side, there are multiple supports. Yesterday, we have seen that Nifty has reached towards 23,200, but a good recovery was seen from lower levels, from the support levels, and it managed to close about 23,333. So this is a Nifty range, and we can witness a good buying, and we can see Nifty moving towards the resistance of 23,600. So overall view is bearish, and if any dip, if we witness any dip, then definitely that can be a buying opportunity with a strict stop loss. And there is a support as mentioned, which is around 23,333. So that is these are the levels for Nifty. Now we'll cover Bank Nifty as well. Bank Nifty is also trading in a range. I think Bank Nifty has crossed the uh, support of the resistance of 49,000, and it is trading well above that. Even 49,500 has been crossed by Bank Nifty, and Bank Nifty looks good. Today, overall banking and NBFC stocks are moving well, and hence Bank Nifty is also doing well. On the higher side, there is a resistance around 50,000, and the next resistance around 50,200. So these are two resistance levels for Bank Nifty. And if Bank Nifty sustains above that level, then we can see a good up move in Bank Nifty, and the further up move can be leaded by Bank Nifty and banking stocks being uh, at the decent valuation, as well as giving a good up move and showing good strength from lower levels. So this is about Bank Nifty on the lower side. 49,000 now will act as a strong support for Bank Nifty. So we need to consider that level, and one can keep a strategy of buy on dips for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. For Sensex, it is today's Sensex weekly expiry. So for Sensex, we will be keeping strike on radar, that is 77,600 and 77,500 strike price. Call option strike price will be keeping on radar, as we can see that Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Sensex can move higher towards their next resistance. So for Sensex, 77,300 is a strong support after today's gap up opening, and 77,000 has a highest open interest on the put side, so that will act as a strong support for Sensex. On the higher side, 78,000 has a strong call writers and open interest over there, so we can see a resistance near 78,000 levels as well. So the broader range for Sensex is 77,000 to 78,000, but as it is a weekly expiry today, we do not we think that 77,500 will initially act as a support, and that's why we are looking and keeping the strikes on radar is of 77,500 and 600 call option. So this is about index, Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as Sensex. We'll talk about some stocks as well. We'll take some queries as well. Currently, one of the stock which I was looking at is the ICICI Bank, as we have discussed that the overall banking stocks are looking well, and ICICI Bank, this is the daily chart, and we have seen that ICICI Bank has given a good breakout above 1260 levels. So overall strength is seen in the banking stocks, and ICICI Bank is one of the stock which is looking good on chart. So one should keep this stock on radar as well, and can buy for long term on dips as well. For short term, we'll definitely recommend if we get any trigger in this particular counter. But yes, this is one of the stock one should keep on radar. Some other stocks we will definitely discuss, but I think we'll take some queries now, and after that we'll discuss some stocks as well.
Sure, sir. Sir, M&M.
M&M, right?
Yeah.
So again, the auto counters are doing well, and M&M has also shown a good strength overall. And this is a daily chart, and I think we have seen a good breakout above 3,230 levels, and it is trading very close to that particular levels. So I think those who are holding definitely can hold with a trailing stop loss. I think trailing stop loss can be around 3065 levels. But those who has purchased for short to medium term can look for booking profit as well, as it is trading close to its resistance. It has crossed its resistance, but was not sustained on the higher levels. Mostly this up move can be continued in the second half or coming days, but if it consolidates, then one should book profit those who have purchased for short term, but definitely for long term one can hold with a trailing stop loss. As discussed, 3065 can be the trailing stop loss.
Sir, M&M Finance.
Yeah, definitely M&M Finance. I think it was the BTST shared yesterday, and currently it is trading at 295 odd levels, and it is up by around 1%. And definitely one should, those who have purchased for purchase as BTST can book profits. The stock is very close to the resistance, and I think it has shown a good up move and have tried to cross the resistance of 295. If it sustains above this, then we can definitely see a good up move towards 304, 305 levels as well. So those who are holding for short to medium term can definitely hold with a trailing stop loss of 290, and those who have purchased as BTST can definitely book their profits.
Sir, please provide your view on UBL. I'm holding FIF futures 2250.
UBL, right?
Yeah.
It should be United Breweries, if I am not wrong. And I should take the futures level, I think so. Yeah, so this is the future levels, future chart of UBL. Overall, I think that the trend is bullish. The stock has given a good breakout on the higher side, but I think a profit booking was witnessed, and it has came back in its range. So I think overall it has strength, but I think one should book their profits if it bounces back and again move higher towards the resistance of 2250 levels. I think that is the purchase price of the one who have asked query. So I think जिसने भी पूछा है, I think stop loss एक ट्रेड करके चले 2000 2100 उसका स्टॉप लॉस रख के होल्ड कर सकते हैं. जैसे अगर बाउंस बैक आता है तो 2250 के आसपास एग्जिट भी कर ले, क्योंकि जो ब्रेकआउट दिया था वो सस्टेन नहीं हुआ है और उसके बाद प्रॉफिट बुकिंग भी देखने मिली है. सो I think 2100 can be the trailing stop loss.
Sir, Ujjivan Bank.
Okay, it's Ujjivan Small Finance. It is trading at around 37.10 levels. We have seen a good reversal in this particular counter, and it is sustaining above the resistance of 36.8. So I think overall chart structure is good. Those who are holding from lower levels can hold. A trailing stop loss should be around 34.5 levels. 34.5 के नीचे आता है तो ही वापस से थोड़ा बेरिश होगा, तब तक एक अच्छा रिवर्सल दिखा है. आई थिंक ऊपर में ये 39-40 के लेवल्स दिखाना चाहिए, तो एक 35 के ट्रेलिंग stop loss से होल्ड कर सकते हैं. इनफैक्ट 34.5 to be very precise can be the stop loss, and on the higher side this stock can approach towards 40 levels as well. So one can hold this particular counter. Overall नीचे से एक अच्छा बाउंस बैक है और एक जो रेजिस्टेंस था उसके ऊपर सस्टेन करने की पूरी कोशिश कर रहा है स्टॉक. So this can move towards 40 and can hold with a stop loss of 34.5 level.
So Zomato.
Zomato is one of the counter that we have seen that we always have a query on this particular counter. Definitely the stock is good for long term. On the shorter time frame, if we see Zomato, then it has given a good bounce back from the lower levels, and 210 is the strong and rock bottom support for this particular counter, and we have seen a good bounce back from that particular level itself. But currently it is trading near its resistance of 240. On the higher side there are multiple resistance around 250, 255, 260 as well. So overall there are multiple resistance on the higher side. Those who have purchased from lower levels for short to medium term definitely can book profits. Those who want to purchase, I think one should wait, and if stock sustains about 260, then we can see a good up move towards 300 levels, and hence one should wait for a good breakout about 260 levels for fresh buying.
Sir, Mazgaon.
So overall trend is sideways. On the higher side it faces multiple resistances and come back. On the lower side there are supports. So 2060 is a strong support for this particular counter, which is close to its 200 exponential moving average. Overall the counter is sideways. On the higher side, if it crosses and sustains above 2500 levels, then only we can see a good up move in this particular counter toward 2700. So 2500 major resistance for this particular counter. On the lower side, the support is around 2050, 2080 levels. Anuj, there is one call from my side. We have the CDI call, that is convection delivery, and that is on KPIT Tech. So I'll just share the chart of KPIT Tech now.
Okay.
Okay, so 1453 is the current market price of KPIT Tech. I think one can buy this particular counter on dips as well near 1447, 45 levels as well. One can buy this particular counter. The stop loss can be at 1390. 1390 can be the stop loss for this particular counter, and the target can be 1465. Sorry, 1565. So for 1565, one can buy KPIT Tech with a strict stop loss of 1390. We have seen a good volume in this particular counter, and we can also see kind of a double bottom structure in this particular counter. So I think one can buy this particular counter as convection delivery and can hold for short to medium term.
Sir, ICICI Bank.
Definitely, we have discussed this particular counter, and as discussed, this has crossed its range, and it is trading above 1260 level. So definitely, the counter is good. One should hold for long term, and this is one of the counter which should be in the portfolio, and this is trading well. On the higher side, we can see the resistance around 1325. So the stock has potential to move towards that levels as well. On the lower side, support is around 12140. So that will act as a strong support. On the higher side, 1325 will be the resistance, and stock has good strength to move towards the next resistance.
HDFC Bank.
Definitely, as we have discussed that ICICI Bank has crossed its range, but HDFC Bank is still trading in the range. On the higher side, there is a resistance around 1715 levels, 1715. Once it crosses that particular levels, again HDFC Bank will cross the resistance, and it will cross its range. So after crossing the range of 1715, the stock can give a good move, up move towards 1775 levels. Till then, it is trading in a range on the lower side. 1670 is a strong support for this particular counter, which is also its 200 exponential moving average. So one should wait for stock to close above 1715 levels, which is the initial resistance.
Sir, Yes Bank.
Okay, for short to medium term, I think the stock has shown a good bounce back from lower levels. If stock sustains above 19.40 levels, then we can see a move towards 20.25 levels as well, which is the next resistance for this particular counter, whereas support is placed at 18.70. So 18.70 is the strong support. On the higher side, initial resistance around 19.40. If it crosses that particular level, we can see a move towards 20.20 levels as well.
L&T.
After budget, we have seen that this particular counter has shown a sharp sell-off from the higher levels. But again, the stock being a large cap trying to hold its strong support levels as well. If these support levels are breached by this particular counter, then only we can see further downfall, further correction in this particular counter. 3270 is the strong support for this particular counter. If it breaks that and closes below 3270, we can see a good correction in this particular counter. Reason behind it is that the capex expected by the finance minister in the budget was not as per the expectation, and that's why the stock has shown profit booking from higher levels. levels. But again, being a large cap, it is trying to hold its support levels. If it breaches 3270, further correction can be seen. For fresh buying, I think one should avoid this particular counter for time being, and definitely it can be purchased on dips for long term as well.
Sir, your view on just give a second. Titan.
Titan being an volatile stock from last 3-4 days, I think overall there is a good buying interest from lower levels, and we have seen a good crossovers in this particular counter. So I think definitely those who have purchased can hold with a trailing stop loss of 3510 levels. We can see a good up move in this particular counter as well. Definitely the volumes have been rising, and we are expecting a result of this particular account soon. So again, volatility can increase. So those who are purchased for short to medium term from lower levels can book their profits, being results. Volatility can happen, and those who are holding for long term definitely can hold. The strength is seen in this particular counter. On the lower side, trailing stop loss can be 3515 levels. Hello. Yeah, I think
Sorry, sir.
you are mute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So next query is on Geo Finance.
Okay, sure. Overall, the counter is in the hands of bears, and I think there is no strength seen from any support level. So I think on the higher side, 345 will act as a resistance. Currently, it is trading in a range. On the lower side, 230 is the support. So 230 and 245 is the range for this particular counter. Fresh buying should be avoided as we haven't seen any reversal in this particular counter. So if it breaks 230 odd levels, then we can see a further correction in this particular counter.
So your broader view on sugar ethanol stocks.
Yeah, definitely. So if we consider some sugar stock, then definitely we'll see some sugar stocks as well. So Andhra Sugar is one of the counter which okay, we can consider Sri Renuka Sugar as well. So overall, I think the chart structures are not good, and on the higher side there is resistance around 39 for this particular counter. On the lower side, 35 is the support, 35 odd levels. So it is trading in a range. So I think one should avoid sugar stock as of now. There should be some momentum. There was nothing in the budget for ethanol and all stuff. So I think they're trading in a sideways range with a weak bearishness in the overall overall sector. So one should avoid this particular sector as of now. If we get any trigger, definitely then I will recommend. Till then, they are trading sideways to bearish.
So next query is on your short and midterm view on MCX and CDSL.
Sure, MCX and CDSL.
Yes.
Okay, so MCX, we have seen a good correction from higher levels, but again, the stock has shown a good bounce back from the support levels, which is around 5340 levels. On the higher side, there is a resistance around 5900 levels. So if it crosses 5900, 5970 levels as well, which is also it's 50-day exponential moving average. So if it crosses and sustains above that, we can see a good up move in this particular counter. Those who are holding for long term and definitely hold. We have seen a good run up since last many days, and stock has shown some profit booking. So I think one can hold those who are holding for long term. Once stock crosses 5900, 5970 levels, we can see a good up move, and a trailing stop loss can be kept around 5500 levels.
So next is on Amber Enterprises.
Okay, before going to Amber, I think CDSL was also one query, so I'd
Yes.
like to cover that particular query as well. CDSL, again, a sharp profit booking was seen after results in this particular counter. Currently, it is trading in a range from last 5 to 7 days. Again, there is a support on the lower side, side near 1235 levels. If it breaches that levels, we can see a further correction towards 1125. On the higher side, there is a resistance around 1350 levels. So I think those who are holding for long term or looking to buy for long term can definitely enter this particular counter, as long term view is still intact. But for short to medium term, there is no view in this particular counter to go long, and one should avoid until and unless it crosses the initial resistance and shows some strength. So for short to medium term, one should avoid this particular counter.
Sure, sir. So next one is Amber Enterprises.
Right. Okay, so again, number enterprises have given some kind of a profit booking from higher levels, trying to hold these support levels as well. So on the lower side, 6,300 can be the strong support, and one should look at this level as well. If it breaches, then stock can move towards 5,700 levels as well. So 6,300 strong support for this particular counter. On the higher side, there are resistances around 7,120. If it crosses that particular level, we can see a good up move in this particular counter. So those who are holding 6,300 should be the trailing stop loss, and fresh buying for short to medium term is only visible above 7,120 levels.
So now we will, sir, take a couple of more queries and then we will wrap the session. So
Yeah,
next
sure.
one is your view on ITC hotels. Buy or wait for long term?
Okay, the overall chart history is very less for this particular counter. This is
Yes.
one of the recent listed with ITC. Those were holding ITC stock must have got this particular stock. So definitely one should hold this particular counter for long term. There is no technical view as of now.
So next one is ABDL.
EBDL.
Sorry, it's ABDL. Yes.
Okay, Allied Blend.
Blenders. Yes, sir.
Okay. So overall, we do not track this particular counter, but as far as charts are concerned, I think on the lower side there is a support around 385 odd levels, and if stock crosses 420, we can see a good up move in this particular counter. Since last many days it is trading sideways, so one should wait for a decisive breakout on the either side, and after that can take a decision.
So sir, our last query is on PNB Bank.
Okay, PNB again a good counter. We have recommended a CDI in this particular counter, so definitely one can hold with this in this counter one can hold, and I think there was a small resistance faced around 102. Once the stock crosses this, we can see a good up move in this particular counter towards 106 odd levels. So definitely this counter is hold, as this is our CDI, and we have recommended this on Saturday, I think, if I'm not wrong. No, on Friday. So definitely the stock is very close to the buying rate itself. It has shown some profit booking, but it is respecting its support levels and bouncing back from that level. So definitely this is one of the CDI calls, and one should hold. Once it crosses 102, we can see a good move towards 106.
So thank you so much, Devin, sir, for sharing your reviews on the stocks as well as index and sharing on one conviction delivery idea on the KPI tech.
Definitely. So I just wanted to reiterate that definitely KPIT Tech is one of the CDI call, and one should look at the levels mentioned.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your views. So guys, please join our 11:30 session at with Ruchit sir, Stock the Talk, and our Sensex Expiry at 2:30 p.m. with Madhu sir. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Devin sir.
Thank you so much.